Welcome to another edition of our Voices of the Future segment as we look at election 2014 through the eyes of plugged-in local 20 and 30-somethings from YL&I, young leaders of Northeast Indiana. Okay, team, so we have exactly a week to go before people vote. Is there a candidate who either positively or negatively has really intrigued you this election?
Yeah, I'm really excited about Thad Gerardot. He's running in House District 81 against Martin Carbaugh. He is a millennial like the rest of us. He's really young and passionate. I know Thad has asked Carbaugh if he'd like to debate, and Carbaugh said, no, I don't want to debate you. So I think that's really, you can really see the difference between Gerardot's campaign and Carbaugh's campaign just in that little example right there.
I think those two guys actually are still working on a potential debate date, so that may yet happen before the election, which would be very good.
That was because Gerardot called him out last week in the media, saying that Carbaugh would not debate him, and it forced Carbaugh to respond to that. So it definitely made Gerardot look good. Honestly, I was not following that race until Gerardot went to the media, and it's probably because it's not in my voting district, but when I saw in the media that he called him out, it looked like Carbaugh was making excuses.
Megan, I know you have sources within the Democratic Party. Are there indications that that race is close right now?
I do think the race is close, and what's really, I think, important is that Thad started a little bit behind just because he was a newcomer to politics, but he's been quickly closing that gap, specifically because he's been doing so much to reach out to people rather than just dumping money into ads.
I don't want to call a winner or a loser in this race because I think it is going to be close, but I lean towards Representative Carbaugh just because I know the kind of legislation that he's tried to pass. I've had multiple conversations with him about things like education, and he feels very passionately about a lot of the things that I feel similarly about. He has a younger family like me, and so I think we kind of draw a connection that way.
Does it matter to you whether the Republicans end up taking the Senate and hold both houses of Congress?
I think if Republicans win the Senate, they have a golden opportunity to show the country if they can work with the president and compromise, especially with the president who's got low ratings, if they can compromise and pass some bills, it'll show the country that the Republicans are willing to work and make things happen, and it'll make it a lot easier in the 2016 presidential elections for them to do well.
If they do happen to take over the Senate, I don't think I would be too happy about it because I don't see them being united enough to then work with the president.
Let's hope that the last stunt of shutting down, was a wake-up call for everybody to say, hey, we're not really all that on the fringe, and we want to be more in the middle. And like Zubair said, that this could be an opportunity.
There are a lot of things out there that need to happen. We need tax reform. We need a budget. We need immigration reform, and on some level. So if there's an opportunity for Republicans to work within their parties at the congressional level and then work with the president to get things done, it doesn't have to be anything huge, but they need to get something done.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'd love to see some action, regardless of who's doing it, just so that we can get back to saying that, yeah, I can influence government, or my vote counts, and our government can be productive again.
Thank you again for another good discussion and for setting aside the time with us each Tuesday. We really appreciate it. And we also want to thank our friends at One Lucky Guitar for providing the studio, as well as young leaders of Northeast Indiana. Don't forget to vote 1 week from today.